Welcome back to another episode of Franky D Crafter, and I'm sorry if you hear some dripping. It snowed here and the snow is melting. What can you do? Today we're gonna be turning a dollar toy into something worth a lot more. And maybe at some point I'll continue my dino build. I was looking through my box of crap I've collected over the years, and I wanted to make some bits out of it, and I stumbled across this project. And while cutting these dollar store lizards, I realized the bodies would make for some awesome creatures. Step 1 was to make this look more like a mouth. I'm using apoxy sculpt, and honestly after this project, I think it became my go-to material for modeling. If you have kept up with my clay relationships here on the channel, you will notice that I pretty much work with everything. So far, my favorite has been epoxy. It seems to be useful almost in any situation. I just make sure I have enough aluminum filling for them, which we don't have to worry about for this project. At the time, this was my first time working with this type of epoxy. And I could already tell I was gonna love it. The detail I'm able to get, it's next level. To make it easier on myself, I decided to try it out on a small project like this, where I'm using the epoxy more as an add-on instead of a project from scratch. This is one thing to keep in mind while sculpting. Sculpting. Well, these are it. One is layers. Splitting layers like the teeth from the gum and the gums from the lip and finally the lips from the skin. This gives you a chance to add more detail in difference of colors. I'll explain this more in the painting process. Next is the difference in texture. The more texture you have on a piece, the more you will facilitate the painting process later on. Not only will this make it easier, it will also make it look a lot better. Let's take it a bit farther and add more detail. We're gonna be adding some boils, some scars to the sides, and guts. Don't forget about the guts. Apply the same lessons and see how you do. I'm also learning as I go. All I'm doing is applying drawing skills to sculpture and see what happens. Take advantage of textures around you, like the texture here on the tool. And I feel like overall this tail looks better than the original one. I thought about doing the tongue, but ultimately decided not to. But looking back at the lips, I think it would have been a funny addition, but we don't do funny in this channel, so you know what I'm saying? Like, it's serious stuff here. Let's start the painting process. Whenever you see somebody telling you you need something to hold your minis while you paint, show them this clip. From here, I will probably sound like a broken record. Make sure to get good coverage. take advantage of the layers I mentioned earlier. I start off the skin with a somewhat neutral color, but then jump to a very warm color on the gums. I try to add contrast to it by cooling down the body with a purple wash. I dab the places that I think would get hit by more light. Don't be afraid to make mistakes or waste paint. You can always dab more paint off or paint over mistakes. Alright, and to finish off my rant here with differences, I add black ink to the darkest shadows and whitish tones to the biggest highlights. This might be the easiest way to add contrast. Now for the very last step, I add Mod Podge, the glossy one, to the areas where I want them to look, and I hate using this word, moist or wet or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I also added to the scars to make them look a little bit more recent, and the gums. And talking about the Mod Podge, make sure to watch the spider layer video where I show you this neat trick to make this. You know what I'm talking about. It's saliva, but in the other video is spider webs. I mean, I'm just doing this to make the monster look like it's drooling. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's move on. I put a quick base together by just gluing some rocks together and skull pieces, and yeah, it's super easy. I can't believe this looks so good. Alright, not bad for a dollar toy monster. And I could use this for just about anything in any game. Just throw it down, random. It's just so funny, actually. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I had a lot of fun, like always. Check out the Patreon. Got some new stuff in there. I think at this point, I actually have my merch store ready. I'm thinking of adding a lot more stuff, adding some designs, maybe drawing a few more things for it. Alright, so you may have noticed that this video included me talking about the first time I used epoxy. The truth is that I made this video a long time ago, just never published it. And maybe that's also why I will look different. The next episode will be the same way. It's something that I built very early in the year. I just never made a video for it. So that will be the next episode. Don't miss out. Subscribe, like, do all that YouTube stuff. Check out the Patreon like I said earlier. And I think I'm pretty much done on this one. All right. I'll see you next time. Peace.